Rallying patriots worldwide in defense of human liberty. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
So, it was Mike Cernovich that exposed James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy director, for hundreds of tweets worshiping NAMBLA, pedophilia, you name it. And then new videos and new photos came out that had been archived from his own website that he deleted over a year ago of him in pedophilic-style parties, catch a predator parties, women dressed up as little girls, all of it. And now you've got 301 priests, thousands of raped kids, the media trying to cover it up. This is the currency of this. I want to get into where we are. I want to get into Brian Stelter and his obsession with others, Oliver Darcy, on shutting us down. So, getting back to this, Mike Cernovich, Trump moving against him. We'll cover it next segment more, but where we are, who these people are, and the fact that they seem to have some green light to just, as you were covering somebody earlier, reportedly, you know, making fake videos about you and your family and your daughter, it just shows they've become totally crazed. So what is the Trump derangement syndrome, and when does it hit peak craziness?
Well, here's what I find fascinating about Oliver Darcy and Brian Stelter, who try to get you banned. I have sent them videos where this account has doxed me, made fake videos of my daughter, edited videos of daughter, and this account is now making essentially child abuse fantasy videos. I don't know what kind of sicko does it. But Brian and Oliver refuse to report that a verified Twitter account, who is indeed, this guy is friends, they're all running the same social circles, they refuse to report that. So what was confusing to me, Alex, is that they want to get you banned, but then when I can show them that, by the way, this is an attempted swatting, if we can pull up that fake tweet again, they're tagging in child abuse organizations to make it look like my wife is abusing our child, and then they tag in a child abuse organization.
Sure. Just like they announced I had an illegal radio station, which I'd never even heard of, wasn't true, or that I hid evidence. It's all, we're criminals. That's their next level. That's what I'm saying. Let's get past you and I then. Let's pull back 35,000 feet. They're getting ready to make a major move. Warner says they are. What about their attack on free speech? What does the president need to do?
Well, the president needs to introduce legislation stripping all social media companies of their Section 230 immunity. Well, the president needs to he needs to make it so that you cannot have immunities. These big tech companies are playing it both ways. They have immunity from what people post to their
yeah, they've got public square immunity under federal law, but then claim they can do whatever they want.
Ways. They have immunity from what – hold on, we have a little – so that's what he needs to do. He needs to take away that immunity, and he needs to make it so that they can't play it both ways. If you're a publisher and you want to censor people, then fine, but you don't get Section 230 immunity. So that's a very, very, very easy way to make everybody play by the same rules. So if you make $1 billion or more, as these tech companies do, then – they are liable for all content posted on their websites, because they can't say, well, we're just a platform, we can't be held accountable. No, because they're now actively censoring people. So strip away their Section 230 immunity. And for those who don't know, Section 230 is part of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and it holds that platforms are not liable for content posted by third parties. And that would be great if they were neutral forums, but because they're not neutral forums, then that is a problem. Two, because of the way the algorithms are rigged to favor Democrats, the Department of Justice must open an investigation into the social media companies to determine if the algorithms are an in-kind campaign contribution. Here's what I mean by that. You can't, if you have a billboard, you can't just give that billboard to a political candidate. That's known as in-kind contribution. There are contribution limits. So say I really like Ted Cruz, which not necessarily I do, and I donate the maximum money, I can't then go put a bunch of commercials on for him, right? Because I already maxed out. Well, what these tech companies are doing by rigging the algorithm is the functional equivalent of giving free billboards and free TV airtime.
Sure, and that's the key to the president. We're talking about the next segment. They're giving him billions in the midterm about blocking conservatives or not even letting Republican candidates or members of Congress talk to their Facebook, their Twitter, their YouTube. The Republicans are like, it's a private company, do whatever they want. I'm American. Meanwhile, all these foreign interests, the Democrats, Hollywood are in there blocking everything, getting ready to steal the election. It's unbelievable. So what does Trump need to do?
Well, that's what you need to do. Open an investigation. Start sending subpoenas to all these companies. Send them immediately a notice to preserve evidence and notice to preserve all documents.
That's it. Send them notices of antitrust and election meddling, election fraud, Federal Elections Commission investigation, antitrust investigation, like Trump already did, announced yesterday, discrimination on the the housing rule. I mean, Trump definitely gets it now. So this is crazy. How do you think Trump finally woke up to this?
I don't think he is fully waking up to it, unfortunately. I don't think he fully appreciates what is actually happening and how things are going. And hopefully he will wake up and realize that you need to, because if the Democrats win in November, see, the social media companies have made a bet. They believe that Democrats will win the House in November, and then they're off the hook because they won't have Mark Meadows and Lee Zeldin and Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz and other people to do anything. What they'll have is the Democrats will be in control. And then, of course, you'll remember the Democrat congresswoman who's going to replace Keith Ellison, an accused domestic abuser. She had said that Israel hypnotized the world, and so they want to destroy Israel and all this other stuff that they want to do. So the big tech companies are making a gamble. They say, we think the House is going to take over in November, and as long as we help them win in November, hey, we're free and clear, because the Dems will move to impeach. It'll be Democrat-controlled majority. Everything will be safe. Everything will be fine. So that's why Trump needs to open a criminal investigation for election meddling, election engineering, and illegal in-kind campaign contributions made by the big social media companies to the Democrats. Today, they need to send out the notice to preserve evidence today. Subpoenas need to be issued tomorrow. And let's start looking into this illegal electioneering and these clear violations of campaign finance laws.
And I agree, because I've talked to top law firms. I've got Warner's own documents, his own admissions. They're saying, we're taking over, we're winning in 2018. We're going to shut you down if you don't let us do whatever we want. Block all the conservatives, which is a in-kind contribution to the Democrats in the billions of dollars. This is their coup. They're making a digital, cowardly move. They think they're going to get away with all of it. And they believe that we're all stupid and don't know what's happening. So, again, specifically, the president should order all evidence be sequestered, all evidence be frozen, lawsuits should be filed, antitrust, civil rights violations of voter rights. I mean, there are so many levels of this. Mike, you're a lawyer. Lay out what the president needs to do right now to stop the open stealing of the 2018 election.
Sure. The Department of Justice has a whole election fraud. Remember Dinesh D'Souza got investigated because he gave $20,000?
Remember the new Black Panther Party with a club outside a building got investigated. These are the Democrats blocking everyone, intimidating everyone to let them censor. This is unbelievable.